One, call Allah, Wahwa, La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakak Wadash, the abundance of the elder apostles, the great millstone, rule well, and who have taught us his knowledge. Salutations to you, fellow laborers out there that's doing the work of truth, sincerity. Shalom to you, and shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. The most controversial topic or subject, and that's, guys getting offended, first and foremost, at the scriptures, and particularly, when they deal with the subject matter of the word rape or ravish. So I decided it was a good time to do a lesson on it. It's been a while since I've done one, and let's get into it. And Lord willing, is edifying to those of you that may listen and tune in. So dealing with the word ravish or rape. All right, and this is Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter. All right, kind of want to go straight to the point. This is a sensitive subject among camps because guys really just been in America too long. We've been under the Esau too long as a people, and learning this knowledge again is kind of puzzling for most people, for most of our people. And then some get offended, just simply put, But as a man, don't just don't just hear the word and it just go off emotion. Hear the word. If the word says what it says, when you have an understanding of it, if you agree with it, better that you agree than disagree, because the Most High don't change. Neither does the Son. All right, and then keep in mind, we won't as a nation have to do such things in the kingdom of heaven, because everything is going to come to us, because one thing about men and women is women are attracted to men in power or have a status symbol of power. And so us being the sons of the Most High, when we in our glorious state in the kingdom of heaven, that attract the nation's women to us in itself. All right, even though right now even women are into us, but in the kingdom of heaven, when we have our power and our glory, they're gonna throw themselves at our feet, because that's what women do when they perceive a man that has a high status or royalness or just power in itself. So this is Deuteronomy chapter 22, and I'm gonna start verse 23. It says, well, actually, yeah, let's go up a bit. Let's get the whole matter. Deuteronomy 22 and 21 says, 22, I'm sorry. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. So, excuse me, that's adultery right there. When you go to Leviticus, the 20th chapter, like I'll go over there real quick, and you hear a law of adultery Leviticus 20 and 10. Yeah, Leviticus 20 and 10, it says, and the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Adultery is a big deal. All right. And in this world, people don't know what adultery is because they don't know the scriptures. But when you know the scriptures, you know exactly what adultery is. A woman that's married to a man, meaning what? She belonged to a man because he went into her and she became his husband. She became his wife. And then no man outside of her husband is to lie with her. But in this world, a man, because first of all, let me start with this. The man that's the first one that enters into a woman or cut, but you cut that hymen, right? Cut that, with your penis, you go into her vagina. The first one, and pops the cherry, which we call it. You're her husband, and any man that lay with her after that, and that man's still alive, that's technically committing adultery. As it is written, you go in the scriptures and you see many examples of she was a virgin, and once the man went into her, all right, and lay with her, she was no longer a virgin. She became his wife, all right, and usually they were untouched, all right, for the most part. Now, back at Deuteronomy 22, in verse 23, it says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and the man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they died, the damsel because she cried not out, being in the city, and the man because he had humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. So a woman that's betrothed is like a woman that's promised in marriage. All right, like you had a daughter, and she was betrothed to another, or you and her, you and a man's father got together, or a man's, or just any guy you see that you want to marry your daughter unto her, you would do business, among her father for them to get together. And if any man was to touch her, all right, that's a violation because she's promised in marriage to another man. Let's go to the blue letter. Look up the word betroth. And like I said, people get sensitive about this all the time. So, this is not for the sensitive minded. All right, so the word betroth, it says to betroth, engage, to betroth man or woman, to be betrothed. So it says to engage for matrimony. Betroth is a spouse. So let's get some synonyms with the fact. We can click on that anyway. And in the Hebrew word there, by the way, is arash. Just for you, you brothers that want to learn the Hebrew word there was arash. So just keep it in mind. It says betrothed, enter into a formal agreement to marry. See, so basically you agree to marry, your daughter and a man's son, or your son with another man's daughter, howsoever it may be. So it says enter into a formal agreement to marry. All right, and you got the words. It says origin. It's in English. It says be truth. So the word betroth simply means to be truth. So basically you agree. All right. The truth of the matter is that you both agree. All right. Let's get that out of there. Let's go back to the scriptures. All right. So continuing on Deuteronomy 22, and I'm at verse 25. It says, "But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field," so well, let me finish explaining. So if you had a woman that was betrothed and she don't cry out for her husband, the reason why she would die alone with the man is because she's supposed to cry out for help. That way they know that it was against her will or wishes. You know, because if it's not, uh, if it's not against her wishes, she won't cry out. I mean, she was basically consenting to lie with that man, and have sex. You know, so that's the reason why. Because if she's already betrothed, then no one's supposed to take hold on her or lay with her. All right, so she would be violating that agreement. All right. Now let's continue. It says verse verse 25. It says, "But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die." So this is basically grabbing her up by force. All right. It says, "But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as when a man rises against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsels cried." Excuse me. "For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her." So this is what a woman was supposed to do if a man was to, raise up and force her, and she's supposed to cry out. And once people heard it, they would hear her crying out because he's trying to, take it from her. All right, and then he would die. All right, and the woman, there's no sin found in her, so she would remain alive and be returned into her original husband or husband to be. All right. It says verse 28. "If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed." Now this is a woman that's not promised. All right, meaning that or being that she wasn't part of an agreement between two men. All right, it used to be two men or two fathers. Um, like I say, whoever had a daughter or the son, it doesn't matter. But you enter into an agreement, which is the word betrothed, right? Now this is a woman that's not betrothed to a man. It says, "If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, he may not put her away all his days." So this is what will happen if a man found a damsel that is a virgin and she ain't betrothed. You know, basically, he would give her father 50 shekels of silver, and 50 shekels of silver is a considerable amount of money. It's a lot of money. I forget the exact. I know I know how you calculate the shekels, but um, it just slipped my mind a moment. But basically, it's a handsome piece of money. You would give it to her father, but then she's your wife. You can't put her away because you have humbled her by laying hold on her and forcing her to lie with you to have intercourse. So when you go into the blue letter, let's see. lay hold on her. It says the posh. It says the Hebrew word is the posh. It says to catch, handle, lay hold, take hold of, seize, wield, and that's the thing I wanted to expound upon the word seize. All right, because seize is the common word that you would use when involving something that's grabbed up by force. All right, seize. It says to lay hold of, seize, arrest, catch. All right, to grasp in order to wield, use skillfully. To be seized, be arrested, be caught, be taken, captured. So this is what a man would do if you see in ancient times, if a man would catch a woman out in the field that's the virgin and she's not betrothed or already married to a man or her husband or having a husband, and if he take it or he sees her or capture her or arrest her or lay hold on her, all right, and lay with her and have intercourse, and then the penalty would be 50 shekels of silver. All right. So when you go into the scriptures, as I just went into, you see that that's clearly what the word, the RAPE word, the rape word, that's simply what it means. When you go into, I type in the word seize. See, the word rape means to seize. It says seize prey. And, women have always been the weaker vessel. And that's the reason why women would usually have their father to protect them. And you would, you protect your daughters if you were a father. And also, when a woman is, given to a man to be his wife, then it's her husband's responsibility to protect her. Excuse me. And this was common back in the ancient world because people knew how dangerous the world is, and today it's not thought upon as such far as the world being dangerous. A lot of women out here they gather abroad, freely, and don't realize how dangerous this world is. All right. Just like James Brown said, this is a man's world, and men just happen to be stronger. The Most High made men stronger than women. All right, so let's go from there. Let's read. It says rape. It says seize, prey, abduct, take, and carry off by force. It says to seize, abduct, and that's pretty much the definition of it, right? I'm on the online etymology dictionary, by the way, getting the etymology of the matter. So now I got to bring up a story in Israel. All right, so now we know what the word lay hold, or the word is two words. All right, so to lay hold, to seize, rape, also ravish means the same thing. It says you gotta get a story, right, of when it happened among the tribes of Israel. And this is the story of little Benjamin. And if you know the backdrop of the story of how how they became little Benjamin, that's good, and if you don't, I encourage you to read the story of how they became little Benjamin. Um, it's a great story, and it show you how how things was resolved in this matter, which I'm going to that point. All right, because the tribe of Benjamin, they was basically they was one with the other tribes of Israel, and it came to the point where when they was um, diminishing the size of the tribe of Benjamin, they became very few, and so to replenish that tribe, they had their daughters to go out during this feast time, and they would be dancing in the field, so that the Benjaminites men can grab wives out of the daughters of Shiloh to replenish the tribe, meaning make the tribe full again. So this is the book of Judges. Well, let's go up a bit. So you can get the whole. Let's see. Judges 21. Kind of a little long story. Judges 21. And this started verse 9. It says, "For the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there. And the congregation sent thither 12,000 men of the valiantest, and commanded them, saying, Go and smite the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children. And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that had lain by man. And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead." And if you don't know, this is the land or inheritance that belonged to the tribe of Benjamin. All right. It says, "And they found among the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead 400 young virgins that had known no man by land with any male, and they brought them unto the camp to Shiloh, which is in the land of Canaan. And the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin that were in the rock Rimmon, and to call peaceably unto them. And Benjamin came again at that time, and they gave them wives, which they had saved alive of the women of Jabesh Gilead, and yet so they sufficed them not. Excuse me. And the people repented them for Benjamin, because that the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel. Then the elders of the congregation said, How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin?" So this is the key point right here, right? So the women, all right, of the tribe of Benjamin were destroyed within the war. All right, so the remaining Benjaminite men, they needed wives. They got to continue on their legacy or heritage, or not necessarily heritage, but Salakia, their bloodline or their pedigree. That's what I wanted to say. You need a woman to have children. All right, continue on your bloodline, and then also too a important thing among Israel was to maintain your inheritance, which is your land, and then you may have possessions and all that. So continuing on, it says, then verse 16. Then the elders of the congregation said, How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin? And they said, There must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel. So, like I said, the inheritance, the land, and like I said, you may have had possessions as well. so they can remain within that tribe, because Benjamin was almost wiped out, and they didn't want to destroy, a tribe out of the tribes of Israel. All right. Verse 18, it says, Howbeit we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, Cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin. Then they said, Behold, there is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh, yearly in the place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanah. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, which children meaning the sons. Therefore they commanded the children of Israel of Benjamin, saying, Go and lie in wait in the vineyards. Now this is something that involves, the men of Benjamin laying hold on the daughters of Shiloh. To what? To grab them up wives. So in other words, they seized them, and you're going to see. It says, verse 21, it says, And see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance and dances, then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and to go to the land of Benjamin. So basically, it said, what? Catch. Remember, when you go to the word seize, remember, seize, the word seize, ravish, rape, lay hold, and catch mean the same thing. When I typed in the word seize, right, it said that. All right. It says, what was that, see. Seize, definitions: take hold of, grab, take or capture by force, take possession of by force, as after an invasion. So just to give you an idea what's going on, we're going to see what the sons of Benjamin do. It says, because I had another word pulled up, and I was, oh yeah, here we go. That's where it was at, the blue letter. I knew it said catch. Yeah, this is from the word thapash, which I was reading. It says to catch, and this was from by the way, Deuteronomy 22 and 28. All right, the word thapash, which means to seize as well. It's a synonym. All right, it says thapash, it says to catch, handle, lay hold, take hold of, seize. So just keep that in mind as I'm reading. It says back in Judges 21 and 21, it says, And see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance and dances, then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. And it shall be, when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain, that we will say unto them, Be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war. Meaning what? They killed all their wives. All right. It says, For ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number, and of them that danced, whom they caught. See, they caught, meaning what? They seized them, and they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities and dwelt in them. So this is what happened. Now I've always to go to the blue letter, Judges 21 and 23. Let's go to it. Judges 21:23. And it just simply just going into the scriptures and looking it up. All right. Judges 21:23 interlinear. Start to get sensitive. Just look up things. So it says in took, right? Let's see what the word there is for took. The took is Nashah. It says to lift, bear up, carry, take. So they you take something, you know what take is. All right. I mean, do we have to look up take? Let me see. Excuse me. I wanted to find the word. The word take. Oh, there you go. And this is from Google, by the way. It says, take, lay hold of something with one's hands. Reach for and hold. See? I mean, I don't need to read no more, but I just want, it says similar. Well, actually, let's go up. It says similar, lay hold of, take hold of. Same thing the scriptures is saying. You go down, it says catch. Come on, man. What's the translation and definitions? It's a lot of them, right? Let's see the end of it, the origin. Grasp, lay hold of. It says get, especially by force. Capture, grasp, lay hold of. So, hey, what do you think the sons of Benjamin did? All right, they lay hold on, or take hold of them wives. All right, women of the daughters of Shiloh, and they took them to their tents, and they popped them, and they became their wives, and they continue on the pedigree, and then they reserved their inheritance within that tribe. So back on the blue letter, well, that's it on that. Actually, let's go to another precept, because we understand what the sons of Benjamin did. So let's go from there to the book of Isaiah 13, because this is concerning Babylon. And one thing that you have to understand is that these things continue to happen. All right, in history, like you look at the all the many reports within the military about someone being ravished or raped. There are many cases that go unsolved. All right, because they don't deal with them, and then they know that war is a main way that women would be ravished or raped. That's why usually in wartime women was put up and hidden. All right, but then even within Babylon's military, all right, the so-called U.S. military, they have them among its own soldiers or veterans, and it's always swept under the rug. I've seen documentaries about men and women, all right, men and women, all right, being done such manner, been done in such manner. Now let's go to I went too far. Isaiah 13. And I'm going to start at 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. It says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces. before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Now, someone would say, "Oh man, because ravish is the word ravish." Where the blue letter at? The word ravish. When you look it up, let's go to it. It's Isaiah 13:16. All right, Isaiah 13:16. And the word there is shagal, to violate, ravish. Let's look this word. Says, there you go. Seize and carry off someone by force. So now you know what this means when it says, and their wives ravished. What do you think a man is going to do with a woman if he ravish her and he sees her and carry her off by force? And this is where when you get guys get caught up with words, they don't know how to look up words, man. And I'm just simply looking up words in this video. All right. Now, what we tell all right, Akim or brothers out there, right, about this law, because this is a law within the laws, commandments, and statutes, right? What did Paul say? Because we never encourage nobody to do such thing. It's just that people like to slander us because we let you know that it is in the Bible. All right, yes, it is in the Bible. Something that you don't even that you don't agree with, but that's okay. Hey, it's written is written. But we always make sure that we make it very, very well plain to Akim that, hey, don't be a crazy. All right. First and foremost, Esau lock your ass up for that. You do that, hey, there's no association or nothing, no friendship, no whatever you want to call it. All right, nothing. Brotherliness or brotherhood, nothing. All right. That's something you've done in your own will, and your ass gonna be locked up for forever. According to Esau's penal code. All right. So keep that in mind. The scriptures say, obey the laws of the land. All right. Obey the law of the land. So what does Esau law said? You can't do that. So if you do it, that's on you. Your ass can get locked up. This is 1 Corinthians 6:12. It says, and this is Paul to the church of Corinth. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12, it says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I would not be brought under the power of any. All right, so let's see what the word expedient is.
Strong's G 4851. Sumfero.
So it's a Greek word, sumfero. Says to bear or bring together, to bear together or at the same time, to carry with others, to collect or contribute in order to help, be profitable, be expedient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to define this word expedient. All right. It says from Google, expedient says of an action convenient and practical, although possibly improper or immoral. So yeah, it's not convenient or practical for you to do such things. Like I mentioned before, Esau lock your ass up. And we're getting ready to inherit the kingdom. Like I said, we're going to be in power, so women are attracted to power. So if you, like I said, if you do that, you just doing a foolish thing yourself, man. All right. You need to think about, hey, if I do this, what's the penalty for it? So if you know the penalty for it or the consequences for it, if you do such things, hey, I myself and no other Akim will have association with you. Because you know why? When the scriptures say, obey the law. Let's get that. Let's get that real quick. It says, obey the law. Same. Let me type it in. You know, you're supposed to obey the law of the land. You got guys out there that just like to do their own thing and think that you know you're supposed to get they think they're supposed to get off. Like I said, Esau lock your ass up, man. You better believe it. Esau definitely lock you up. Remember, the Esau doesn't, you know, he don't do things by the scriptures. He do things. He do things based upon his own law that he written for himself. And you better believe that his law is against the Bible. So you know. So keep that in mind. All right, keep that in mind. All right. Man, Shalaki, I cannot find this scripture. Now, I haven't read that scripture in a while. And that's strange. I can't find it. I never had that much problem finding that scripture. Bear me 1 second. Sorry it's taking a while. But yeah, you know, I've I've seen some pretty crazy things since laboring. You know, just know that in all things use the wisdom. You know, use your wisdom. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on. I don't want to, you know, stay right there, but you know, I want to before I end this video, I want to say that you know, just simply look up words and look up the words so you can understand fully. All right, what the you know, how the word is being used. All right, within the scripture, because I've seen a lot of people err and get sensitive because they don't look up words. All right, but again, you're supposed to, you know, think upon, all right, when you're doing things, all right, is it lawful for me to do this? And there was a scripture say about, you know how to do things. Is it expedient? Is it necessary or convenient for you to do such things? No matter what you do, especially involved in this subject matter. So always think upon what you're doing and the consequences of your actions. All right. With that, I'm gonna close. Salaki, I couldn't find that particular scripture. I didn't write that one down. But Lord willing, this video lesson have been edifying to those of you that have tuned in and watched it. Until next time, Shalom.